gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. Game number 3 coming at you. Cloud9 Alliance. Winner of this will be advancing on to the $100,000 land finals of ZOTAC Masters Cup here, European qualifiers. Number 1 of what will be 2 qualifiers here. But both of these teams would obviously love the opportunity to take care of business now and advance on to said main event. Right now, we've had a hell of a series. If you happen to be just tuning in, I highly recommend going back and watching the VODs after we're all said and done here. Both game 1 and 2. Pretty epic games in their own right. And looking forward to the setup of this game 3 and how it plays out here. I'm Brick CBK, joined by Tsunami once again. We get to see a Monkey King again, but we also get a Lena once again on Cloud9 side this time.
Yeah, both of these heroes proved to be pretty valuable for their respective teams in game 1 and 2. I'm even trying to remember game 1. It feels like it happened an eternity ago.
Wow.
There was I don't know, there were some heroes, and then there were 5 other heroes on the other team. My God.
About right.
Yeah, if you do go back to watch those VODs, be sure to set back like 3 hours to do it. But it's a new day, it's a new game, and Puck was a hero that was not seen in either series, and Alliance are going to it now. Now, Puck was actually a hero that I was surprised to see so much in DAC, specifically from EG. At first, I was just like, yo, Universe Puck is a thing? And then I was like, oh, wow, Universe Puck is a thing. And it started getting respect banned by, I believe, IG or Newbie. But whatever the case, it started getting respect banned, and teams were like, I don't want to have to deal with Puck.
Yeah.
And I can see why. Silences have, like, many meta heroes don't have silences, and silences are very valuable, especially on these kind of slippery heroes that have been more and more popular in the meta, like Weaver, hell, even Earth Spirit, other heroes that are very combo reliant, like Slardar and Centaur, and heroes that rely on like spells for survivability, like Lifestealer. Silences have proven to be like a sleeper form of crowd control, and Puck being such a capable offlaner was surprising. Now, I don't know if Alliance plays Puck in an offlane or a mid position, but
I have some insight on that. Yesterday, we did, as I was saying, we saw Alliance play a couple times yesterday. In one of their matches, Limp did play the Puck, and he played it very well. It was a lot of fun to watch, very aggressive. So I'm expecting that to be the same here.
I see. Yeah, mid Puck I saw it maybe fall off for various reasons. One thing is that you're kind of very reliant on phase shift for survivability, and back in the days of the old mid lane, you could use phase shift just to dodge, like, in this case, I don't know if Lena's going to be mid, but let's say that she is mid, then you just use it to dodge, like, an LSA or a Dragon Slave, and then you're good. You go back to laning. But now, you need to be very careful about, well, is Earth Spirit going to roll in on me, and then do I need to worry about his roll, or should I bother about phase shifting the follow-up damage? So that's part of the reason why Puck kind of saw less popularity in the mid lane matchup. But if Lim pulled it off, then I have absolute faith that he'd be able to do it again.
We're going to see some reaction bans yet again here in game 2 or game 3 even. Obviously, we had them initially. Now we got the Visage and the Ursa taken away from Alliance. There's the Troll ban from Cloud9 to go with the Lifestealer, actually. So Loda, he's going to be playing something different this game 3. We'll see what it ends up being this time around. Juggernaut, right off the bat, one that kind of comes to mind. He's overall, of course, just seems like he's just a solid core to look at. Now, he did get a little bit nerfs, I think. Oh, actually, only 1. Base movement speed reduced by 5. So
yeah,
that's the only Juggernaut change there, I guess. Nothing too critical.
Yeah, Juggernaut would work. Luna, also pretty conducive to Alliance's playstyle. I doubt that they would go for a Shadow Demon Luna strategy, but I think Luna as a carry herself is pretty good. Didn't get touched very much in previous patches, and I don't think got touched at all in 7.05.
No.
Lycan was another hero that I was surprised wasn't seeing more favoritism by Alliance, seeing as how, you know, another rat-oriented hero. Maybe not the best. Oh, okay. So that they're going to be playing it conservative in terms of having cores again, because they have not shown anything besides the Puck. And I guess, yes, Monkey King does scale pretty well, but not going to go for like the strong duo-core, tri-core lineup that seems to be the popular thing these days.
No. To be fair, I feel like Alliance is more about this 4-1 strat idea. Like the whole build around Loda, buff him up, and make sure he's able to take over the game, you know, split push, whatever it may be. So from that perspective, it seems like maybe that makes sense what Alliance is doing. But yeah, this is a very, again, 4-1 strategy being built here now. Who their carry is going to be, that's the intriguing part. As Clockwork, again, we're going to see Cloud9. We'll pick it up. I'll say this, Clockwork is 0-2 in the series so far.
10 seconds
so,
remaining.
Just saying. Careful with that. Silence our third pick, by the way. Is that a good response, you think, maybe to the puck and overall here?
Yeah, Cloud9's team fight has been kind of heavily reliant on initiation and not so much counter initiation, whereas now Silencer provides a strong source of counter initiation and just, yeah, it's also, I believe, partially in response to the puck just to be able to discourage any heavy combo play. Like, the main thing was Dream Coil into Wukong's command was just, like, incredibly irritating for teams to have to deal with, and that's the combo that Alliance are showing here. And then you put, like, a freezing field on top of that, equally intimidating, and then I don't think Alliance would go for a Luna against a Clockwork, but I'm sure they'll probably be thinking about some team fight-oriented carry. Or maybe with the Silencer being shown now, then they're like, okay, we have enough team fight, we'll go for a more independent carry.
Well, the band here from Cloud9 also thinking along that perspective, of course. They have to figure out who they don't want to face against. Already banning out so many, the Troll, the Lifestealer specifically there. So we'll see what options remain coming out for them. I know, I guess Loda has history playing Naga Siren too, and we saw Naga yesterday with them, so I wonder if that's also on the mind here. But Juggernaut is going to be the band of choice for Cloud9 in the end. Again, not shocking to see that one there. Now, who is their one position going to be? Both teams coming out of their one position here, you figure.
Yeah, in most situations, I'd be like, okay, well, they want like an extremely hard carry, like a Spectre or something like that, which also does combine with their team fight capabilities and is like a very, very strong one position, but that just doesn't seem to be the way that Alliance likes to play. And so I would imagine to be like a mid-game oriented carry. Juggernaut was probably a wise ban by Cloud9. Seems like it would do pretty well against Cloud9's comp, but hopefully they didn't spend too much time thinking about the ban and then forget that they also need a fifth pick themselves.
You know, Ace played a couple of Timbersaw games in the Kiev qualifier. I'm wondering if that's maybe a direction they almost could be thinking here for Cloud9.
Against Puck, it may be a little bit tricky. And yeah, they're going to go for a Wraith King. So I imagine that it'll be either Lina mid or Silencer mid. I think Cloud9 usually runs Silencer mid, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah, but Lina lately seems like that's the prime choice, right? So,
but whenever you can pair it up with like a Wraith King that Hellfire Blast into LSA, it's pretty difficult for something like a Puck to deal with. Or, well, it's not going to be an offlane Puck, but an Assassin also has difficulty dealing with it because, yeah, you may be able to carapace it, but it takes very delicate timing, and if you just like get hit by like a point blank range Hellfire Blast, you can't really react quick enough to that. But yeah, it may be Lina mid and Silencer just to hassle this Nyx Assassin with Glaives.
Gonna have a while here before Alliance needs to pick this final pick, about a minute 20 remaining, so they definitely get plenty of time to think about it. That's what's already been happening here, but knowing that they're now got a Wraith King on the other side. Again, you thinking maybe more that Midgame. I was almost saying like, okay, you did got to give you credit there, Tsunami. That's one of that you did bring up.
Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I did bring it up. Just I thought that Alliance wouldn't pick it, but
True.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that it does match their comp. It just doesn't match their style. So this, like I said it last game, that they couldn't really get away with Rat. They did. This game, I find it very unlikely that they'll be going like, oh my god, we gotta do this Necro Book, smoke into the back door, bad Raxus, all that business. Yeah, it's proving to be more and more unlikely as the series progresses. In this game, I think it's eminently unlikely. But Spectre, as I suspected, is a very strong pick with Alliance's draft. Going to be very well protected. Crystal Maiden, a very strong lane support, as well as the roaming Monkey King. And Nyx Assassin's going to be just fine. I'm actually surprised that Cloud9 picked Wraith King because Nyx Assassin's going to have mana burn.
True.
And that will be irritating for a Wraith King to have to deal with in a mid and late game situation. But I'm looking forward to seeing a carry Wraith King. That's something that is pretty infrequently seen.
There was a team that ran it yesterday, actually. I'm blanking on who it was now, to be honest. So it might have been Cloud9 in their series. Kind of quickly looking through. Yeah, they did. They ran a Wraith King against Team Spirit yesterday in their quarterfinal matchup, actually, in that game 1 there. So I guess maybe a hero that Ace himself as the carry player has been liking a little bit more. But you're right, having that mana burn, got to be a little bit concerned about that. The Spectre, I love the synergy as you're pointing out, though. The follow-up to the Nyx Open or the Puck, finding a kill opportunity, or even the Monkey King setup, being able to press our Spectre and all of a sudden be there to assist, and looking for those global kills earlier on in the game to start snowballing as a result. So it's going to be fun to watch from the side of Alliance here. Spectre, not a hero we get to see often.
Prepare
so
for battle.
in for quite the treat here. Game number 3. Again, this is it, guys. Winner of this going to the LAN finals here for the ZOTAC Masters Cup. All right, so speaking of Spectre, sticking to him real quickly, what kind of build is expected of him? Does he get a couple of earlier game items? Does he go all out, maybe even the Radiant style? What should we see here?
Sometimes you saw Vanguard first slightly make some popularity, but chances are this is going to be a straight Radiance rush. Loda actually did not go for the 2 slippers, actually went straight to the Stout Shield, so maybe is keeping the possibility of a Vanguard open, because if you turn it into a poor man's shield, then obviously you can't break it and then use the Stout Shield again, which technically it's only 250 gold. It's not the biggest deal as a Spectre, but yeah, I imagine that Radiance Source is the plan, because this is such a team fight oriented lineup that Alliance has going, and Silencer was a wise pick, and it is going to be a mid Silencer for Baby Knight.
You're right, yeah.
And so that's going to be very difficult for Alliance to play around, because you will have the initiation by Limp on this Puck, or you'll have the initiation by Monkey King's Wukong Command, or you'll have the initiation by Nyx Assassin's Vendetta into an Impale. But then, follow-up needs to come extremely quickly, and Silencer can just shut it up. And since there are so many ingredients in this teamfight combination that you can let, 2 parts of the combo go through and then just hit the silence. Or if Spectre hits the global, or Spectre hits Haunt, and then you just use Silence, then Spectre can't reality in. If you do it during the tail end of the Haunt duration. So you kind of need to play around that. Because technically, Global Silence does have a lower duration, so you can get into the fight at the last second, but it's tricky to have to time it.
Yeah, so picking up into the silence, so that's a good point to bring up. Overall, the theme kind of makes sense, but that's going to be an issue. Is he in trouble already?
Straight in.
Oh, wow, yeah, he's got 3 heroes to deal with. Going to throw out that Impale. Jonathan fan still being run down. The Orbit Venom, another Wraithfire Blast.
Wow.
LSA going to hit as well. He goes down. First blood coming out. Bottom lane, Clockwork is going to live, actually. Jumping about half-life there, but the stun lockdown, they got plenty of it here at this top combo.
Yeah, it's not often that you'd see a Wraith King as soon as he walks into the lane. He just immediately goes straight for a Hellfire Blast. But now Jonas Fem, he's committed to a level 1 Impale, so he does not have Carapace.
Oh no, he's going to get caught again by the trio of stuns, or more so 2 stuns and a slow. LSA coming up in 1 second, not even necessary. Noya gets credit for the last hit right there, so we're already at a spot of 2 deaths this early on for Jonas Fan. Does he go back top? I mean, I guess what else can he do, really?
Yeah, he can. Bot lane Hesta Joe's going to get gone in on it now, but Wraith King's all out of mana now, so, oh wow, he was given a clarity by someone. Okay, maybe you do need to be careful as an assassin. Still, yeah, he's very, very slowly, he spent that TP to get to the top lane after that first blood. Now he's slowly crawling his way back, but Earth Spirit, he has bigger fish to fry, namely this Puck in the mid lane, which Baby Knight was taking a fair amount of harass. Doesn't have any points in Last Word yet. Or maybe Noya's just going to steal this bounty rune and go behind Nyx Assassin?
Get another kill, that'd be fine. No, he's just going to pick up the bounty rune and actually head back middle lane here. Look to make that play on a limp, perhaps. They said get that harassment up, if anything. But yeah, now Nyx, he's feeling a little more comfortable. Maybe it's all the Earth Spirit roaming on over with the war that they have. He's ideally, wants to get to level 2 as he is, actually. So he has a spiked Carapace. Should be a little better now in terms of staying alive here. But man, that was a tough level 1 there for Nyx. Fallen twice. Middle matchup, though. Puck 13-3 right now. Silencer 7-1. I know it's early, but he's nearly basically doubling his CS so far in the middle lane. That seems pretty absurd.
Roll.
As the roll's going to miss. He did just use his orb, though, but he'll be fine.
Actually, Baby Knight opting to put 2 points in Glaives. Skipping Last Word, which this is a phase shift and Last Word have a very weird interaction, and it's been, changed, I believe, multiple times. Or something like that, but basically, phase shift just bypasses Last Word, and so you don't take the damage if you go into phase shift, and so I can see why Baby Knight's skipping it.
Yeah, matchup specific right there. Monkey King bottom lane. This is a turn kill. Oh no, EGM gets caught. He got caught in the cogs right there. The battery assault level 2. He just got a little too greedy in that tri-lane thinking that he's safe. He was not. Well played by Rotten though to capitalize, and this is a 3-0 lead now for Cloud9 early on in this game. Now that's not what you want to be doing though if you're Monkey King here early on. He is going to go to the top lane with this death though. Looked,
yeah, I'm going to start harassing Noya, but this is still a tri-lane up here,
yeah.
So 1 stun. Nice impale cancel.
It still might not matter, though, in the end. LS8's going to miss, however, and now Lina, she's fine. They do kill Monkey King. The barrel will be whiffed there. Japan avoids it, but that's another kill in favor of C9. This early start, man, is really looking good for them. A little bit of sloppiness, got to say, on the part of Alliance. A couple of places here, so.
Yeah, that is true.
A lot of play coming out, though, here in Game 3.
Giving up a fair amount of ground this tri-lane because, like, one of the biggest disadvantages of Lina 5 position is that, like, if you don't get kills early on, then you kind of struggle to find your place as the game progresses. But with a good start like this, oh, Puck not gonna get the rune. Joe gonna taunt and going to die.
Though. No! Oh. Beautiful use of the magic stick. Curse is put up. Puck could use the illusory over offensively, but obviously it'd be risky. And he chooses not to, just going to pop a shrine instead. And so still no kill in favor of Alliance here.
Yeah, and Lip doesn't get that rune either, so Silencer continues having a pretty grand old time in the mid lane. He's going to be actually going for a drum on this Baby Knight Silencer, which, I mean, I didn't get any changes in 7.05, but this is now the 2nd time in the series that we've seen it. We saw it on that Viper in Game 1.
Wait,
was that
Viper?
Right? Oh, never mind.
Are you thinking of a different series? Like,
yeah, I'm thinking of a different series.
Where are you coming from? I mean, meanwhile, Puck, it's been a long one, I'll say that. Limp, Boulder Smash, nice phase shift right there. He'll be fine. Dragon Slave, though, going through. Enough damage. Yes, gets the kill. Now the Impale coming in for Japan as he ports in, but he's not going to be able to make a turn happen only by himself. In fact, he takes an LSA, despite Carapace at least preventing his death. But he could not save his teammate in Puck right there, so well played. Now, actually, on that real quickly, though, we did see Baby Knight.
Fan needs to be careful.
Or now, maybe Baby Knight's the one that needs to be careful as Monkey King arrives, but now EGM's in trouble. As Baby Knight going to keep his distance, and they did end up killing Nyx. The curse was enough damage right there. Baby Knight will survive to the auto attacks from Puck, not being enough either. And he manages to make his escape. That bracer, it no doubt is a difference maker. And then bottom lane, Ryan gets a 1 versus 2 kill on Hanskin right there. What is happening to Alliance here in Game 3?
They spent the last of their energy finishing off that Game 2. They are just a husk of their former team. I mean, like, definitely, it's not great, but C9 have a pretty strong early game. Like, Wraith King and Lina is a very intimidating lane for anyone to go up against. Limp has not been having the most pleasant time in this mid lane matchup, which, you know, that just, part of it comes down to luck. Maybe he can recover with a kill on Joe.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Like
it's
having
like
to stare
each
down.
Other. Oh. Jig is up.
That should catch him. Global silence, though, in response. He's going to live. Oh, my gosh. And now Puck's actually in trouble. He gets the kill, but at what cost? Dreamcoil. Dragon Slave put out one more auto attack. No, the bottle charges. But Lina gets off the final one, and down goes Limb. So he got the kill, but not the exchange you're looking for by any means. At least they get on the scoreboard, I guess. But beautiful global silence right there as well.
Yeah, and like I said, this is very combo reliant for Alliance. I don't think Loda had the mana for a dagger, but whatever the case, like, a dagger didn't... I don't think a dagger came out, and he's maxing it, so that's a lot of damage added onto a gank attempt. Ultimately, they did kill the Clockwork, but you had to go in really deep. You had to spend Dream Coil, which means that Limp does not have Dream Coil for this, although Baby Knight might just overplay his hand and die with or without a Dream Coil.
Yeah, he clearly thought that he was alone right here. Spectre goes down bottom lane, by the way. He tries to get the kill on a Limp. It's not going to happen, though. He'll be fine, but Spectre going down bottom. Another case of C9, sure, they lose their mid, but killing the carry now on Loda while this is all happening. The movement is real, and Cloud9 is definitely capitalizing here in this third game. So I want to go to that point real quickly, though. It actually continues. The drums, he actually did get drums yesterday on his sniper mid. So maybe this is something that, again, Baby Knight is perhaps trying out a little more lately, or likes the idea of it. At least if he expects some more activity earlier on, and, you know, there's definitely activity early on in this game.
Yeah. I was surprised if Silencer would be participating in the activity, but given this build, it makes sense. Haunt? They want to go in on Baby Knight.
They're going Baby Knight. Okay, yeah, bottom lane, they're porting in. Baby Knight is going to end up dropping right here, but now response is out. Limp. In the Lucio away, the phase shift. Yes, he'll be good. Monkey King still wants to make a play. Oh, but the LSA at the last second. And now he's in trouble. He will fall. Killing spree for Lina, actually. This is a support Lina, remember, who's 3-0-4, by the way. Her farm is pretty damn good for being a 5-roll Lina here this early on in the game. So 8.5 minutes in. I mean, at least they kill Silencer for a second time now. Who does have those drums, by the way. Picked up.
Yeah, they saw that window. Global Silence was down. It was the best time to go. Dream Coil was up. So they get that kill. But yeah, this Lina is getting it's all the right places at all the right times. And still has not even gotten level 6 Laguna Blade yet. Now, top lane, Ace might need to be a little bit careful. He's level 9, and he's sitting on a skill point right now. So he can skill up Reincarnation if the need arises. But Loda coming out of the top lane is actually surprising to me. I guess he is just so sick of having to deal with this Clockwork and this Earth Spirit rotations that he's just going to start jungling. Has an Iron Talon completed. Still has not gone for that Poor Man's Shield yet. So, not the safest jungling, but he'll be fine, assuming that Earth Spirit or Clockwork don't kind of stumble upon him.
That's a greedy assumption, I feel like, with the way this game's going especially.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that bites him in the ass. But for now, obviously, he's doing fine. Yeah, by the way, what about that Urn choice? I mean, I know you mentioned the Iron Talon, but going the Urn early on here.
Yeah, it's it used to be more popular on Spectre. Like, this was like the Badman era Spectre, as now Noya. Now he's gonna get out. Badman era Spectre was always getting the Urn early on, and then just like using Haunt every single time there was an opportunity. And the mana regen is nice, the health regen, obviously you're using it selfishly most of the time. You don't really use it on allies, but you go for it on gank attempts post-haunt, or you just discourage people from going into your lane. But I can understand it. Again, the reason why I was skeptical why alliance would go for Spectre is because they don't seem like they're like, oh yeah, let's get ultra late game carries. So building Spectre into a mid-game oriented build makes sense. Now bot lane, Clockwork.
How's the Vendetta open right there, Cogs? Oh, but the Illusory Orb will finish. I was going to say it could be close to getting away, but not with Puck being here. Actually setting up. Puck also has a double damage room bottled up, by the way. So Limp, level 9. He's working on that Blink Dagger, so trying to get that ASAP to be very active in this game. And if he does the same thing as yesterday, he actually went the Dagon early on in the game. So we'll see if that's the trend going to continue here for Limp on the Puck, or if he decides to go another direction following this Blink Dagger. But that will be a lot of burst damage to work with, of course.
Yeah, I think this game Dagon is a pretty good pickup. C9 have a relatively squishy lineup with their supports. Maybe part of the reason why Baby Knight... Oh, what a hook!
Beautiful catch right there. And the Global Silence to follow it up, so any support that would be nearby not going to help. Puck gets picked off. And now this is going to translate into a push mid, because here's Wraith King all of a sudden.
That was sick. I don't know if he was guaranteed, if he had the perfect angle top lane, Lina. Oh man. Dodging.
Not dodging enough, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he had the perfect angle that it was a straight line both from the origin point of the Illusory Orb and the destination point of the Illusory Orb, but he read the moment that Puck went into the jaunt and got that perfect hook, and I think that's totally worth the Global Silence for that kill.
2,000 net worth lead, just over 1,000 experience lead in favor of Cloud9 right here. Silencer is going to be following up with a 4-staff now. Those power treads, and again, the early drums being picked up. Puck slowing down with that Blink Dagger, though, because of that gank. Lina's been solo farming the top lane, but they're going Silencer middle lane. As in comes Loda with that ultimate of the Haunt, and has to go Ron just there a little bit too late and couldn't really do much. So, nice gank again. They're heavy priority on this Silencer, that's for sure. More so than the Wraith King, at least.
Yeah, every single time Global is down and Dream Coil is up, they go for the kill. And Spectre is participating in all these kill attempts. And what was started out as an 0-7 alliance is equalized it to, well, not 100% equal, but definitely a lot better than it was before with a 6-11 score. And oh, what a carapace top lane!
Oh, that was well played.
That was great. That was extremely well played. Yeah, they get a kill. Again, it's on the Lina, but Lina's been given a lot of farm priority. Wraith King has just been kind of chilling. He's got his Midas completed, he's working on his armlet, and now he's going back up to the top line. Hook shot.
We're gonna catch Monkey King. Here comes Wraith King. Wraithfire Blast. Those cogs.
Damn it.
Doesn't matter. Battery assault more than enough damage to secure the kill on Monkey King. And a good response as Wraith King's kind of been moving around. He was in the middle lane, obviously went there, he went to the jungle a little bit, now he's back to the top, gets a kill, and he has an armlet. This Wraith King is farmed, 6,500 net worth. The next closest is Puck with 5,200, and then drops off drastically from there. So very farmed Wraith King. Obviously the Hand of Midas, don't even know if we really touched on that yet, but pretty greedy yet proven to be a very valuable pickup here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he went for Midas because I would think that Wraith King is one of the heroes that actually really prefers the experience multiplier and doesn't care too much about the gold. I mean, like, sure, any carry finds value out of the gold, and obviously the attack speed is also great on any carry, but I would think that him getting more and more levels in reincarnation, like the fact that he didn't have to reincarnate a single time and reincarnation is already at its level 12 peak, is very important for a Wraith King, because it being down for like 2.5 minutes, or oh, mid lane, Lina dies again.
It's a support Lina, though.
It being down for that long, it is a support Lina, exactly. And she, oh, but she's not even level 10 yet. Oh, but yeah, that's one of the nerfs to a support Lina, is he used to be able to take that respawn time talent and be like, yeah, whatever, I'm level 10, it's all good, I'm coming back.
Can't get it anymore. But yeah, so Wraith King with the level 2 reincarnation as you're getting at. It's only 140-second cooldown now. Be happy to get caught. Noya going in, big silence. The global silence on top of that. Do they have the follow-up damage though? Wraith King, he ports in. Handskin is going to get picked off. Puck on the run. The hook shot actually lands on a Monkey King. I don't even think he was intending to hit that target, but he'll take it. And that's a 2-for-0, just like that in favor of Cloud9. Maybe going to be a 3-for-0. Spiked Carapace. Nice job by Jonas, a fan. Puts out the impale. And he'll be fine in the long run. Obviously, Haunt was ready to go for Loda, but there's no way he's using it right there. That was a very defensive getaway there from the side of Alliance.
Yeah, really nice initiation by Noya. Just as soon as he saw that puck, immediately went for the silence. And they kind of stacked the silences, but it's possible that Baby Knight was just like, I don't want to have to deal with Spectre.
Oh, no.
Dream Coil.
Oh, no, they used so much right there because they missed the Illusory Orb and the Impale. They forced a Dream Coil and sticking around a little bit too long, and now Nyx Assassin get killed by the neutrals maybe. Nope, not going to happen. Baby Knight guarantees it. At least Puck escapes, but with the missing those abilities is what caused that to take so long and allowed for the turn. Again, Alliance continues to be a little clunky here, and C9 just simply capitalizing on said mistakes.
Yeah, Haunt spent a bunch of TPs up to the top lane. They know all of Alliance's ultimates are down. They can go for any defenses necessary. So, Baby Knight just getting smarter and smarter. Oh, what a hook!
He catches, that would be the Loda right there. Actually, he does not have his Haunt, and he is going to be picked off, so the hook again, scouting him out. At least Limp gets a turn call on Baby Knight, but now he needs to get away. Illusory Orb in 3 seconds, not going to be able to use his Blink Dagger. Can he maybe orb out? The silence prevented that initially, but there's the combo, and he will make the escape right now. And there's a Blink to follow, so he'll be fine. The Vendetta Nyx is nearby. I don't think they have any vision at this point, so simply going to scout out, but at least Puck escapes, despite losing Loda, though.
Yeah, they lose Loda, and it's pretty comparable. Silencer and Spectre are about the same level of farm right now, so both teams not really having to spend that many spells is a pretty even exchange. But yeah, Puck does get out, and I believe that is the Blink Dagger reveal of Limp. Did they have it when they were going on that Lina? I imagine not.
Yes, they did. No, he did actually. In that fight.
And yet they still missed all those spells down.
Yep.
Alright, well.
It was a good juke, I guess, by Lina, but yeah, definitely a bit of a misplay at the same time. Coming down right here, I think the Impale missed actually on the Silencer, as he was trying to maybe harass him a little bit at least. I don't know if they would have gotten a kill there, but...
Oh my god, oh wow. Lina almost spotted out EGM's Monkey King.
See that here, another LSA?
Oh man.
Oh, they know he's over here somewhere.
They
They're picking
know.
him out. Oh, he leaps away at the last second. It's an action movie style as the explosion goes off in the background. It leaps on another tree. They're just going to chase him forever. All right, now we're getting to the point where they're making him
no
take
more
a
stones.
while. Oh my god. He's going to be spotted. Oh, and it connects. The well kills him. The Fountain's like, I got this, don't worry. All right, well, you know, he made them take a while, I guess.
Yeah, but C9 are like, alright, well, I get to recharge my mana in the Fountain now, so it's all good. Meanwhile, Ace might have some issues, though. 3 heroes closing in on him.
Not enough. He still has Reincarnation.
Yeah, he does.
In fact, oh, the Armlet toggle almost saving him and all the TP, so he's going to reincarnate. Go right back in. He blinks in using that new Blink Dagger. The Global Silence, Puck's in trouble. Gonna get maybe another Wraith Fire Blast of Silence. The Laguna Blade. Lina's like, I got this. Snipes him out with the ultimate. Handskin now on the run. Dragon Slam. Oh, that tickled. Kind of burned the.
You know what that is?
Right
that
there.
passive move speed from Broken Tranquil Boots. He's
right.
making a run for it.
Oh, and he dodges that one right there. Hanskin's still alive. And now Lena's going to end up getting turned, perhaps. Wukong's command going to be going off. Yep, they get the turret kill. Hanskin stays alive, not for long, though. At least Ace will clean up the job and finish him off. They cannot catch Monkey King, though. He's a little too slippery. what a sequence of events right there.
This game is... Well, it's a marked difference from the previous game, but still some very interesting plays coming out across the board. But wow, see Ace gets booted down to low ground, he blinks up. Yeah, it's, this Wraith King having a blink dagger now is very important because what was originally like counter initiation from Baby Knight, like I said, from this global silence, now they can really start fights with blink dagger on this Wraith King. So if he finds an opportunity on most likely the Puck and maybe the Spectre, but I doubt that Spectre's going to be an easy pick most of the time, chances are that Ace will be able to get a catch this Puck out of position as now Nyx Assassin juking and jiving.
He was seen initially by the Dust, and Clockwork's doing a great job here. Well, okay, he doesn't have
Dust
hookshot,
timed
that's
out.
why. Yeah, hookshot was still on cooldown, so Nyx is going to be able to walk away. If he has hookshot, I mean, that's an easy kill coming out onto the Nyx. So it's just unfortunate that no cooldown ready, although good job with spotting him initially with that Dust use. We're able to secure it right there.
Hookshot's up now. Doesn't want to have to go on a Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, has that blade mail too, so he's feeling pretty comfortable now. They do not have Silencer or Wraith King here, and out comes the Haunt. So Clockwork actually going to be in a bad spot. He will get picked off, and the chase going to continue. Now ports are coming in. Lena, let's say in the background, he's going to be taken out by the Spectre. Right here we go with Wraith King jumping in. Oh no, that he can do some damage. Takes out Monkey King. The ultimate of Earth Spirit also out with the Magnetize, and there's that global silence now. Crystal Maiden, he's having to deal with the Wraith King again. They picked off Limp in the background. Now we see a huge kill on him. The hookshot's going to whiff, and Hanskin at least makes the escape there, but eventually the ports came in, and again, the global silence is so key to these fights here.
Yeah, C9 was holding on to that global. Maybe was waiting until Ace had properly entered the fight. It's not really worth spending it just to save a Clockwork. You want to be able to get a real team fight off of it, and Clockwork buys back, proves to be unnecessary as now he's going to die back.
Oh, he's over here at the Shrine area. Blade Mail, I guess. Make them take as long as possible because Wraith King is coming over, but not in time. And their Spirit also can't get there, but they'll be happy with the bottom tower. Baby Knight is the one to push it in, and you already see Baby Knight too. Just how much action has happened in this game. He's had 0 charges on those drums for a good couple of minutes here now. We're just 20 minutes really into this game, so using those very aggressively in its earlier part. But, man, the Silencer, he's actually building a Shadow Blade coming out. But, man, Wraith King continues to be the focus. 12,000 net worth and counting. The Maelstrom finished. Looking to go right into the Mjolnir, picking up some stacked Ancients here. How scary, because obviously the big counter to a Wraith King is the kite factor. If you're able to kite him, then you can do well against him. But are they going to be able to do that well enough, you think? And does he maybe need the BKB as a result of that?
I don't really know if he needs to. I mean, like, he will need the BKB at some point. After he completes this Mjolnir, I think he could probably go for something else like an AC. But, yeah, the kiting will be an issue because right now, Alliance don't really have that many items. Like, Crystal Maiden has nothing except for a drum. Monkey King does not have a basher yet. Nyx Assassin does not have a Blink Dagger or a Force Staff. He's working on a Force Staff, should have it in probably about another minute and a half or so. But right now it's not proving to be too much of an issue. And even if you do kite the Wraith King around, like, Lena has been able to get a fair amount of farm. She's about to hit her level 12 Laguna Blade in a little bit. So that's a lot of damage coming out from supports. Magnetize, as we saw in that previous fight from Noya, also proving to be a really big damage factor. And then as the Silencer will most likely complete into the full Silver Edge, because against a Spectre, it's totally worth going for the break.
Yeah.
Because you get to break Dispersion and Desolate, so I imagine he will be going for the full Silver Edge. So it's not too critical for a Wraith King to be concerned about being kited, but as it goes into late game, yeah, he will probably start to transition into that.
Well, he has the Mjolnir already finished. We're 22 minutes into the game. Again, the Wraith King just continues to be absolutely farmed. He's at the top lane, pushing it in right here. I'm going to use that Mjolnir use to help assist with that. Meanwhile, bottom lane EGM is caught. Hook shot to initiate, and they're just going to kind of stare at him as he falls to the ground. That's a kill on Monkey King, dead for 40 seconds, not coming back, and now Wraith King even joins them. They're just going to keep this push going. Haunt is ready to go. Manta Style just finished on Loda, so he has that now, but still, you know, he's not necessarily the most intimidating at this point. He's trying to get that Diffusal Blade follow-up, which will make things a little nicer, and of course the Mana Burn presence will be good against the Wraith King here. But again, going to be a little bit before that happens. As Limp gets away right before stun comes out.
Yeah, like you don't want to have to go for this build as a Spectre, but like he needs to have the purge to deal with both Magnetize and this global silence from Silencer. So that's the justification for the Manta Style. And then Diffusal, I mean, Spectre kind of also suffers from the same issues of getting kited, so that's going to help. And then the Mana Burn with Manta Illusions is also going to make life more unpleasant for Ace. I mean, Ace is approaching 25 pretty quickly. He's level 20, took a Strength talent, and I'm curious if he will go for the known reincarnation mana cost as the Dire Courier dies to a Nyx Assassin, I imagine?
Yeah, got picked up there, looks like. Nothing on it. So not the end of the world, but that'll be down for another 245 right here, so it could stall. I guess, well, they already got the tier 2 bottom. I don't think they were looking to siege by any means.
Yeah, nothing on the high ground. They're going to go for the rest of the outer towers. Roche is pretty easy for C9 to do. You just send the Wraith King in there, and I mean, he can handle it almost solo. But you need to be able to get some vision because, as we've said before, Alliance is heavily hookshot in.
Yeah, the Shrine area, Hanskin, the one that feels that, but he does not get caught in the cogs, and now Clockwork, he's the one in trouble, but the Mjolnir put on him. You see the Wukong's command put down. Hexadoron may still fall here in the end. He will, but now Monkey King going to be caught in the front lines. Wraith King putting the damage out. Gets him killed with those right clicks, and even if he dies, obviously the Reincarnate would bring him right back up. It is level 3, of course, so he's not too worried about dying right here, and Alliance knows this. They're not going to commit to a fight. Instead, they're just going to retreat back to base, and Puck is going to be busy pushing the top lane, so obviously not involved right there. Ends up being a 1-for-1. I guess Alliance could be fairly happy with that, and Ace is low, but again, worst case, he's dead. He comes right back up, and it's only a 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, he is not concerned about that at all. He's actually going to contest Limp. Oh, does not get the Wraithfire blast off. That would have been huge.
Yeah,
he's gonna deny this tower, and meanwhile, Jonas and Fan chasing down the two supports, or True and Baby Knight, but Assassin still roaming around, not gonna find anything.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, he goes for it.
Yeah, stops Earth Spirit. I don't know if they're gonna kill out of this, but it'll be annoying at least. Stops the TP, so now Earth Spirit will have to walk wherever he was planning to go, except pop the Shrine Ace. Gonna use that right there, and well, he has 3,700 gold saved up, so that Radiance that he has queued up at least. Looks like it's gonna be coming along, but yeah, going back to what you said earlier too, man. The fact that he's almost even level 22 now at 26 minutes into the game, that's just absurd.
I would have never guessed that Wraith King was going to beat Spectre to a Radiance, but here we are, Ace Wraith King. It's very large right now, and there's not much that Alliance can do against it at this stage. But, I mean, depending on the itemization, Spectre can very easily come back into this game. It's not, like I said, the optimal item build for a Spectre. You don't really have the best ways of farming, as now Jonas and Fan gets a kill on Lina in the mid lane.
Oh, that was actually as similar as before the top lane. He was just sitting on top with the Vendetta, and as soon as he saw the Dragon Slave animation, he popped the Spike Carapace. He got the easy kill, but now Monkey King's in trouble. Good Forest Staff, though, going to keep him alive. And they're not going to chase further, so good communication on the side of Alliance. Digun, by the way, has been finished on Puck. So he gets a level 1, and he has the level 5 queued up even. So
yeah, that may be enough to encourage Wraith King to start going for a BKB after this Radiance is completed. Again, I'm not surprised that he's not going for the BKB yet. He basically has the Radiance completed in about 1 more minute, and so, I mean, it's only 27 minutes in, and he has 18,000 net worth on a Wraith King. Unprecedented.
Yeah, it feels like those are like Alchemist numbers right there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not Alchemist, so. Case that wasn't obvious. Denying the bottom tower, meanwhile. Cloud9, that's the second tower they denied, I'm pretty sure. I think they got the middle tier one, but overall, 4 towers have been killed in favor of Alliance. And you got Lena actually trying to finish a mech. Mech is an item we haven't seen a lot lately, it feels like, but
wow.
Lena going to want to pick one up here.
Yeah, but she has Tranquil Boots. Like, the reason I would say that mech's a good idea is because, yeah, you can purge off the silence from Puck, and then, like, the whole Greaves aura in general will be very nice for C9, but, like, a mech by itself doesn't seem too useful. And, I mean, for the reasons why the item isn't picked up very much, it's just because, like, that burst heal, the armor, it's just not really enough these days to justify such a large purchase on a support hero when you could be getting stuff like Force Stabs and other things. You're gonna start migrating into the pit. I don't think they should put in... I'm surprised they're putting Silencer inside the pit right now, but I guess they're feeling pretty confident. They have a good ward on this side. Spectre Illusion's gonna cruise by, not gonna go into the pit. Gonna get Radiance burned, okay, now, but it's too late.
Yeah, by the time they realize it's gonna be too late, that'll be an Aegis from Silencer, of course. Not really too necessary on the Wraith King at this point, so... Top lane, they gotta catch up Nick somewhat, shot. But... Spiked Carapace saves the day. And he'll be fine there. But yeah, now you have to deal with this Silencer having the Aegis, so both cores going to be able to come back up in these fights. And the Radiance on Wraith King, bots now queued up. Level 23. Limp is doing his part to just keep farm going, though. He is up there in net worth himself, 13.5k lead, or net worth even. And Spectre's actually not doing too bad either. We haven't talked too much about him, but he does have a Diffusal Blade now to go with that Manta. So again, going more of a battle build because it's kind of forced into this.
Ooh, Baby Knight bot lane. Might need to be careful. Clockwork Flare catches the Monkey King.
Those cogs, that looks kind of funny right there. Now, EGM, he's not thinking that's funny. He's going to get caught at the end. Dreamcoat goes out, though. The Silence on top of that. And the Dagon kill to finish off the Ear Spray. They also pick up the Silencer and force the Aegis. So big hunt in, but now Loda, he needs to run away. Ace is here. Can he kite him enough? In comes the Wraithfire Blast, the Global Silence as well. The big crit off the bat, but the team support is there with the Yules and the Force Staff. He earns himself. Trying to stay alive. Silencer going in with that Shadow Blade, but unable to find the opportunity. And he makes the escape, actually. So, whew. That was a good get in, get the picks, and get out there from Alliance, actually.
Yeah, it was all pretty much hinging on the fact that Baby Knight got silenced by the Puck, because that means that he couldn't use Global in his first life. And if he was able to do that, like as soon as Alliance was able to initiate, then that fight would have gone dramatically different. But the fact that Baby Knight wasn't really able to do anything, his Aegis went down while he was Dream Coiled, and he came back in a second life, and then he was like, do I need to spend this Global? Ace got pretty good initiation on Loda, and they're like, okay, we can probably kill Loda, but really nice by Limp to jump back into the fight, Yules up the Wraith King, and just evacuate underneath that Global Silence, and they get out.
Puck farming up that middle lane, but quickly gets back, of course. Does have an Arcane Rune bottled up, actually. Level 4 Dagon has now been completed. Ace, though, he'll just jump in aggressively. Farm up some Ancients. Level 24 now, so just about level 25. And yeah, we'll see what he chooses to go for. I mean, part of me was going to believe it was going to be a reaction.
Yeah, so I don't think it's guaranteed that he'll go for no reincarnation mana cost, because, yes, Mana Burn... Okay, so let's see here. Mana Burn is maxed out 5x intelligence multiplier, and how much intelligence does he have? 55. So it'll burn off like 280-ish mana, a mana burn from Nyx Assassin. And then Haunt Illusions, Manta Illusions, that will also burn off some. But at the same time, like, if you have 20% Vampiric Aura lifesteal, then, like, you may not even die, period.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
I think their life to overall is going to be the better scaling, because again, especially reaction, like this game, he hasn't felt that concern just yet at all. Like there's been no remotely close. It's like, oh my god, does he have enough mana? And I mean, hell, he's only died 0 times. So I mean,
it's only 0 deaths.
Only 0 deaths. So yeah, no, the aura seems like that's probably going to be the direction they go in my opinion. But yeah, you can see either way. If he wants to go that just to be safe, because, you know, thinking about it could be possible, sure. But yeah, that lifesteal aura could be very beneficial for him. And the team even. Middle lane. Yeah. Possible action here.
Josephine gets cursed. I put a sentry ward. Right now, no one, like, Noya has a gem queued up in his inventory. And so, Nyx Assassin's enjoying these moments where he's able to kind of get information without being too threatened, but yeah, Nyx Assassin's going to have to start progressing into a next item. He's got a Lotus Orb completed, which again, very valuable against the Global Silence, and is going to go for a Blink Dagger next. So not the Aghanim Scepter yet, but after Blink Dagger is completed, most likely will be an Aghanim Scepter.
Still going to be a ways. Scouting out with that Vendetta, continuing to do so. Has to go Ron, though. Dust right there, so Nyx was decided to go on the uphill, so it looked like he almost was. He would probably be dead right now, but chooses to back off instead, and so he'll be fine. BKB in the works for Baby Knight. Finish that full on Hurricane Pike, so he does not prioritize the Silver Edge here just yet, but again, still probably expect maybe after the BKB even.
Yeah, Spectre has not come to the point that she's unkillable. Loda's working on, I'm assuming, probably the Vanguard into...
bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I don't know, because Heart would also be good, but he's been sitting on the Stout Shield for so long that it kind of makes me feel like he's going for the Vanguard.
To the Abyssal Blade, maybe?
Yeah.
Necessary.
There's more kite for this. Oh, hookshot does not connect.
Yeah. That was
close. He went for no in reincarnation mana cost.
Okay.
Well, I'll be damned.
Again, the threat's there.
I'll be damned. Yeah, the threat is there, and like more and more we see that Spectre is going to have room to grow, and you don't want to have to. It's a the defensive play versus the offensive play, obviously, and C9 have a good enough lead right now that it's not worth doubling down on offensive, in my opinion. So I can understand why.
Big crit, big crit, big crit! Oh, limp. If he gets a big crit right there, he still might have something. Global Silence in because the Boulder Smash, and down it goes. The Puck, the Radiance, helping to tick him down. We've seen it attempted a couple times as, they get the counter kill on a Clockwork meanwhile, but Haunt activated, the chase is on, going after Lina now. Lina going to be purged and thus killed right there. So will be 2 kills in response, but they lose Puck. And that's one of their cores, of course, so that's going to hurt a little bit more for Alliance, I would think.
Oh man, Baby Knight wants some.
I don't know if he wants some anymore.
He's going to get hit really hard by a mana burn.
Maybe there's that mana burn. Meanwhile, Ace jumps on a Hanskin down here and gets a quick kill. So back up here to Baby Knight, though. Now going back in. Jonas Japan all of a sudden finding himself by himself. He does have a couple of illusions, I guess, to assist. The Magnetize put up, though. That Lotus Orb taking a little bit. He stuns himself, does Wraith King because of it. But it doesn't matter. They do secure the kill onto the Nyx as well. So big picture really is a 3-for-2 exchange when you look at it that way.
Yeah,
Cloud9.
Haunt was used in exchange for a global, both pretty comparable cooldowns. So both teams are probably just waiting for the next Roche. Neither, I mean, C9 are capable of pushing high ground pretty confidently with this Wraith King. As pointed out by our friendly Japanese caster, it does have an Assault Hero, so high ground sieging is pretty easy for Ace. Now I'm curious what he's going to go for next. So puts a Bloodthorn in his inventory, so he's most concerned about this Puck than anyone else.
Yeah. I think for good reason. Speaking of Puck, Lina going to get picked up, but again, it might come at a cost right here. Done of the year with the Yules. Nice stun as soon as it comes down, and that is a dead Puck for a support Lina who's up in 10 seconds, and double damage Rune just picked up by Silencer. So big kill on a lip right there again. And they may start pushing this top lane now. He's dead for 70 seconds. No buyback, or he does have a buyback, excuse me. Again, would like to force it though. Or not.
Yeah. Oh, they see a kill opportunity, that's why.
That would be why. And they get it quickly. It's just, if he hits that Wraithfire Blast, these people just melt here.
Yeah. This is, he's 28,000 net worth. He has nearly 10,000 net worth on the Spectre and on the Puck. This is such a crazy farming pace for Wraith King.
Not a hero we get to see too often. Again, Cloud9 maybe running it a little bit recently. And Cloud9 in general really is a team that's not afraid to think outside the box. And clearly working out here as Nyx Assassin Spiked Carapace returns the stun, but it doesn't matter. The Laguna Blade finishes the job. And he is dead for a full minute. No buyback. So Alliance once again, they got decisions to make here. They kind of split pushing the bottom as Crystal Maiden, but that's not going to be much of a threat. Haunt is up here.
Rax is going down.
That's going to be a Rax kill for sure. Now, that's one Rax. They're not going to give him another one here. No way. As Puck is up now.
Limp is up, yeah. And they didn't have to spend buyback. It's, I mean, it wouldn't be Alliance if they were like, you know, whatever. One Rax down, no big deal. Yeah. We'll take it to you.
No, they've proven that's not necessarily the biggest of deals. Maybe the tier 3 top they're willing to give up, but The Racks, not so much. They're looking for a chance. It's not easy. They're going to go inside with the attack on right off the bat. They're dropping a half-life. Oh, he hookshot his teammate right there. I guess if anything to help save, putting the cogs up, get in that position to do so. So that will prevent them from engaging, that being Alliance. So the tier 3 dead at the top lane now. And Cloud9 finding it, now's a good chance to fall back and maybe get the Shrine kill, but Alliance doesn't want to let them just retreat freely. Dreamcoil's ready. This is going to be a big 4-man Dreamcoil right here. Global Silence in response, though, and Monkey King going to fall right off the bat. The Dagon not going to finish off her Spirit back here. Laguna Blade coming out and down. It goes the Nyx Assassin, and now the BKB is up from Silencer, chasing after Handskid, and he will get picked off. Wraith King in the midst of it, just cutting off the illusions. Not sure which one's a real one, as Loda trying to make his way out, but he's up here trying to run away, actually, using that Spectral Dagger of his. Has to go Rotten finding him, though. Last word applied. And going to run him down now with the Battery Assault. Don't know if Spectre's going to be able to get out of this one. Does have a defusal, but probably not going to be able to make the difference. LSA lands, and Baby Knight, the mega kill streak to finish it off. Loda's dead for 78 seconds. Cloud9, their biggest lead yet.
I'm very surprised that Alliance felt confident trying to contest that Shrine, because Baby Knight did not spend Global at all. Didn't spend it during the mid push, didn't spend it during the top tier 3 push. And so if Global is up, then you can't reasonably expect to win a fight like that, because like, I don't know if they knew that Baby Knight had a BKB completed, but Baby Knight didn't even spend the BKB after the Dream Coil connected, because the silence didn't connect on Baby Knight. And so if Puck doesn't get a silence on Baby Knight, then you will lose the team fight. And now that Silencer has a BKB completed, you can't even win the team fight if Puck does silence the Silencer. So they go in, they get the initiation, but like we said, it's combo reliant. Jonas Fan gonna find True.
More so. Jonas Fan, he wants to run away because here's the response. That's Ryan. Nice cogs blocking out the puck.
Cog burned.
He's pushed back right there. Phase shift, though. Should be able to escape as he does. The Dagon in the background secures the cut on Lena, but at what cost for Lip? He's not in a pretty bad spot to lose rear overweight. He's silenced up, though. Another phase shift in the last second. And Earthspear going to try to finish him off. Baby Knight, meanwhile, still doing work down here as Limp does get picked off, by the way. He buys back immediately. Silencer seems like he's still doing plenty. And now Ace, he's in the front lines, taking out the melee racks. So difficult to kill. He does not have mana, but it doesn't matter, of course. He has a talent, so he's going to come right back up, even if they happen to kill him right here. So he's saying, we ain't worried about nothing. He will start falling back to the Lotus Orb. Nice nuke to finish off Silencer, actually. And a Dream Coil to keep them in place, but Ace, that's the battle he'll gladly take with Spectre. Spectre realizing not a fight he's going to win, so he falls back, but there's a Haunt coming out, and now Wraith King may actually be finished. The arm with the toggle, trying to stay alive as long as possible. They finally drop him. Now, can they kill him a second time? You got to be careful with those crits coming out. One auto tech. Beautiful stun,
nice
though.
carapace.
With the spiked carapace, it turns his attention to Jonas Fan. But now he is going to be locked down as Wraith King. Here comes Clockwork, could not get there in time, though. Double kill for Loda. And Wraith King, the raid boss, finally has been killed as Clockwork barely escapes with the TP. And they might catch Lena, but again, support Lena. Their base is taking a lot of damage in the meantime. You look at the bottom push with Creep Wave, the top melee racks going down, and the middle one already cleared.
A better defense than I would have expected, but that's just what happens whenever Global is down. They get a massive window, and Loda has completed a full Abyssal Blade as well. And so, significantly more tanky, a lot better at joining into fights, but that was a Wraith King without his team still surviving for like a solid 80 seconds all by himself. And so, if they can get this Roche, that would help. As Hesta Joe knows that he's being zoned out, recognizes that, yeah, this is not a safe place to be. Still might get killed, though.
Yeah, and there is the Roshan kill. Loda picks up the Aegis, the Wukong's command.
Oh my god, the bashes.
Bashes coming in, and they do secure the kill onto Clockwork. So, again, some momentum now for Alliance, despite their base looking as it is. But if this series has taught us anything, never count out Alliance.
This will come in.
Definitely is not over by any means. So, they're going to try to turtle this out. And actually, Spectre's almost level 25 himself. Let's kind of look it over his talents, I guess. 10-second Spectral Dagger cooldown's kind of interesting. It makes it a 6-second cooldown compared to a 16-second.
Yeah, but you never really see it. 400 health is just too good to pass up on a Spectre. Granted, it's not a Spectre that has a Radiance, but still you're dispersing quite a bit. And since Loda does have a Basher / Abyssal completed and Diffusal Blade, you have a lot of utility just, you know, moving around and right-clicking people yourself. So I would be very surprised if he goes for Spectral Dagger cooldown.
By the way, before that fight even happened, kind of just got crazy all of a sudden. But Wraith King did end up purchasing a Moon Shard and putting that on himself, eating that. So he has that benefit attack speed as well. And now he has his own Abyssal Blade being queued up here. Expect to perhaps replace that that armlet.
Yeah, he was thinking about that Bloodthorn at first, but now Spectre has kind of reached a point at which you need to be concerned about the Spectre. And Bloodthorn would have kind of helped, as we see Loda has a Butterfly in his quick buy. But chances are that like you and the rest of your team as Cloud9 are just going to be dealing so much damage in general that if you get Spectre isolated and you bash her or Abyssal her, then she'll die regardless of evasion.
She brought on the courier right there. Okay, a couple of items just going on the courier from Loda. Meanwhile, as he's working on making his Butterfly now. As you see being queued up, so no MKB on the other side. No threat just yet of that. So Butterfly definitely could prove to be a very big pickup for that Spectre. Silencer trying to finish that Scythe. In fact, there we go. Gets it delivered. Obviously more locked in. Always going to be key. And a great late game item to have. He just used a couple of tomes as well, so he wants to get level 25 on Silencer, which that'll give him either more attack range or the curse slow. There we go. We'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out. I mean, he has pretty good attack range on top of this Hurricane Pike already, so yeah, it makes sense. More, I mean, really, they just need to take one more Rax, so anything that helps with the siege is worth the cause, and attack range is definitely going to do that. How much does he have attack range now?
940.
He has 940 attack range.
It's quite a bit. Not too shabby.
That is quite a bit. Yeah, it's reasonable.
Bottom shrine going down. Easy kill for C9.
They want to take this fight? No.
Yeah, Alliance, it's unless they find a player by them, like they should not be engaging a 5 versus 5, it seems like. Maybe gonna pick up Ace.
And now Ace going for an MKB. I don't know if he saw Loda at some point, but if you saw Loda and you saw the completed Butterfly, you're like, oh, okay, never mind, change of plans. Loda Spectre is actually more farmed than I was expecting. I need to be able to right-click. I mean, part of the reason why I thought it would have been okay is if Baby Knight went for the full Silver Edge, which now he has queued up, but he finished the Sheep Stick off first, and so, yeah, without a break or without True Strike, Spectre is pretty intimidating.
They're smoked up, looking for a chance. They do see Loda in the middle lane. That's the only target they see right now, though. They almost got Monkey King right there, but he was just far enough. So Loda still has that Aegis on him. So again, if you're C9, you're not necessarily looking to get crazy committed either. Anything, just wear out that that Aegis here. Loda looks to get involved in a fight, as Earth Spirit will pick up a gem himself. Middle lane, though. Alliance is pushing this out together. They're looking for a chance.
C9 should let this go.
They're going to go for Clockwork. We'll see what happens. Global Science is activated. Luna in the background dealing with Spectre, but no, the LSA comes out. The Scythe on top of it. Luna Blade, and all of a sudden Spectre's at half-life. Pops a Mantis style, needing to run away. And Alliance goes full-on retreat themselves, so no kills happening. But they get the Global Silence used, at least. So was the Haunt, though.
For the trade of Haunt, yeah. That's the continuous pull and push of the teamfight ultimates. And now it looks like C9, they feel like Haunt is more important to Alliance than Global Silence is to them, as they smoke up, start marching down the mid lane. I don't really know, if they were paying close attention, they would have seen Radiance burn on their mid creeps, and they wouldn't have seen a visible Wraith King, but I mean, chances are they're going straight into their base anyway, so you need to play it safe.
Oh, no. Nyx, okay, it's Vanilla, so yeah, he's good. Exposed right there, the Crystal Maiden no longer exists in the game itself, and the hook does hit Spectre in the back on the Cox Trap Man. He doesn't have a Haunt, remember. Spectral Dagger to maybe try to get away. The Wraith Fire Blast on him. Lena's locked down in the back on herself. There's a looking to blade it down. Goes the Spectre right there. He's dead for 100 seconds, that is. No buyback on him. Wraith King may fall, but again, he's coming right back up with the Reincarnate. Losing Spectre, though, absolutely huge. C9. Got to be feeling good about their chances now, although Toplin heads to Ra gets picked off by Limp. Dagon kill there. And he's dead for 60. But they definitely want to make
Limp being up. They get the silence.
They're going to catch the Monkey King, kind of. Primal Spring. Limp is in trouble. Illusory Orb, though, and he is able to use it in time, but Nyx sitting in that Axe effect. There's the Spiked Carapace stalling them, if anything. Dreamcoat comes out. The Dagon Nuke on Earth Spirit, but not enough. Down goes Lent. The buyback immediately. Crystal Maiden falls as well, though. The Dreamcoat, not enough to get any kills out of it. And Wraith King goes right back to the middle, now heading towards bottom, of course, as that's where the
reincarnation
tower
again.
is. And
he
it is
is
back
nothing
up.
to be concerned about.
Exactly. This is the last stand for Alliance right here. C9 on the verge of winning the series, unless Alliance can some way hold this up. We've seen it in the series before. Baby Knight goes in with a scythe, though. They get the jump right there onto the Nyx Assassin. The follow-up, no, nice stuns on a Wraith King, though. Going to be frozen in place. The freezing Phil may get the kill, actually. And Hanskin, the Wraith Fire Blast comes out in 3 auto attacks later. He's going to die. Global Silence on top of that. And Ace is going right for the tier 3. Monkey King trying to distract, but Puck jumps in into a death right there. He's dead for 130 seconds. Double kill for Ace. He has the reincarnate worst case scenario. And that could be the beginning of the end now in favor of C9. Going for the Mega Creeps. Nyx is going to do everything he can with that axe effect to hold them off. But no, the spiked carapace. They're going to stare each other in the face as they're stunned, but down he goes. A buyback immediately. Spectre's up at least, but can he do enough now with Mega Creeps to deal with? I guess he may get the cut of Lena, but no, Wraith King, the Orchid. Okay, the Lotus Orb that is, so going to return onto him. On the stun that is. And he'll take the Impale, but again, Loda tickling away at him. Oh, he gets the stun proc and actually will get the kill on a Wraith King. So they finally hold, but the Ancient, it is dying. Alliance is going to do everything they can, though, to stay in this game. And at least they will. But I don't know if that's saying much.
Yeah, unlike Game 1 and Game 2, this is looking far more grim for Alliance than their previous base defenses have gone. Granted, yes, Loda is proving to be able to outcarry a Wraith King, but it's a little bit too little too late at this point.
Do they have to go some kind of all-in here? I mean, can they really fight against these Mega Creeps? Nothing.
I mean, they can try, but like typically the all-ins are always on the mid lane, and mid lane still has a tier 2. You can try. I don't know.
I guess at this point they just simply delay it as much as they can. Again, this is it, so might as well hang in as long as possible. But yeah, there would need to be quite the one-by-one going in of C9 and kind of throwing themselves at Alliance for Alliance to make the comeback this time around. It feels like a lot of mistakes need to be had.
Yeah, because like so their mitigation for global, they have Lotus on a Nyx Assassin, they have BKB on the Monkey King, so those two heroes are pretty protected. Spectre has a Manta style, so she can deal with global. Puck has a Yules, so Puck can deal with the global. And so only Crystal Maiden can't deal with global right now, so that helps. Because most of the time you're just like, oh, well, whatever, we'll just all 5 go in, we'll use global, we'll activate BKBs, and there's nothing that Alliance can do. But Alliance can't deal with that. So C9, they're going to keep their cards close to their chest right now. Who has buyback? No one has buyback except for Wraith King and Silencer. Wow, okay.
Yeah, they're just down or just not enough gold just yet. I mean, Spectre basically has it. He has 35 gold away, so.
True.
Yeah, he's going to get it right here. So that's important, of course, for the side of Alliance. Now having that, but moving out is Cloud9.
Roche is up. So get the Roche. Aegis on, I would think Silencer. Again, seeing as how Ace is pretty much slotted out on this Wraith King, and Silencer, he can get rid of this drum. Ace has 2 lives anyway, so give the cheese to Lena, perhaps? I don't know. Whatever the case, things are looking pretty good for C9.
Yeah, again, I don't know if there's much of a mistake they can make with that decision right there. No matter who's it's on and who it's on this time around, it's going to be pretty effective, I'm sure. Lena, by the way, even a pipe purchase to go with those Guardian Creeps, so this Lena has definitely proven to do tons of work here.
Oh, if they hook Loda.
That would be
division.
It. Okay, again, so Loda has a buyback. If he happens to get picked up, or they're making their way to the bottom lane, smoke done up, did they go right for the Ancient, or did they try to get a pick somewhere?
Glyph is down, and backdoor protection appears to be down, which is that just like an icon thing? Oh, he's just gonna kill.
They're gonna catch Loda, but not enough follow-up, just simple scythe. A little bit of harassment right there, and they'll get them to fall back. Loda does have that 6-second Spectral Dagger,
though.
yeah,
he does.
Did choose to go there, but now he's going to be focused on right here, right off the bat, and the burst is real. He has a buyback and needs to use it right here. The absolute last stand for Alliance now. Can they actually hold this time? BKB's going off. Loda jumps Baby Knight back here. His own BKB being used. Going to put some right clicks onto that Monkey King. The Wukong's command, though, cause an issue, but he goes on out with a Shadow Blade. In the midst of it, Wraith King is picked up, and the Reincarnate bringing him right back up, of course. And he is going to go once again. The Lotus Orb not going to be enough. And Cloud9 are going to be your ZOTAC Cup Masters European Qualifier #1 champions. They're going to be going to land The $100,000 land, that is. Congratulations to them. Alliance falling just short. What a grind of a series, though. Almost 3 1+ hour games here that we had.
It wouldn't be an Alliance series if it wasn't the case. But Cloud9, they deserve this series victory. For the most part, like, Game 2, like, Alliance outplayed them to an extent with their strategy. But throughout, like the lanes were always, like, all 3 series are just confidently in Cloud9's favor. They've been very well put together with their drafts, and I mean, I think that they definitely deserve this series, which I don't want to discount what Alliance was able to pull out, which was some extremely entertaining Dota, albeit extremely time-consuming as well, but they give their fans what they want, aside from a series victory, but they did well, but Cloud9 just did a little bit better.
Yeah, that they did, and I gotta say, Wraith King, you know, to finish it off too, that this series just had plenty of surprises, plenty of great moments, and it's kind of fun to finish off with just an absolutely insanely farmed Wraith King that ultimately did it in favor of Cloud9, and again, great effort for them. 100% agree with you. They are the deserving team, and you can almost argue very deserving amongst some of these others, because they had to grind through the open qualifier portion of this event, by the way.
Oh, wow.
This had an open qualifier, and then there was 4 direct invited teams that didn't start until like the quarterfinals of the tournament. Cloud9 was playing since the round of 256 or whatever it was, so they had to do that much more to get to this point. But they clearly show that they're deserving and going to be going to the LAN in Taipei again to happen in the month of later May into early June, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So look forward to that, guys. But there is another qualifier for the European region, so we'll see if Alliance can take advantage of that second chance, or going to be someone else. Of course, a lot of solid teams here in the Europe region here, so anything can happen, I feel like. But Tsunami, I think that means we're going to finally be wrapping up for today. Good old almost 5 hours of casting for 3 games. Nothing like that, but
no big deal.
No big deal indeed. I want to thank you for joining me. Any shout-outs, any final words from yourself?
Nothing in particular, but it was an incredibly entertaining series. Definitely one to put my endurance to the test, and very enjoyable 7.05 Dota coming out. And going forward to Kiev, I mean, see some one-position Wraith Kings, see some pucks in the mid lane. Things will be fresh as we move forward.
That's right. Yeah, the Kiev Major really is creeping up, isn't it? It's I guess like 3 weeks away at this point. And just haven't even now 7.05 come out. So it's going to be fun to see how things continue to evolve here in the Dota 2 competitive scene into such event. But as far as this one goes, the ZOTAC Cup, again, European qualifier number 1 is in the books. Again, congratulations, that is, to Cloud9, as they are winning here. So I want to thank Tsunami once again for joining me on this grind. And as far as myself, guys, I'm BreakyCPK. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook at the same name there, as well as my own Twitch channel there. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Always have fun with these casts, and big shout out to Beyond the Summit as well for having us both on here to top it all off. So again, the second qualifiers I don't think are going to be happening for a little bit here, but there are other regions as well, as far as the Americans. And a couple other, I think they're going to have one for Southeast Asia, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like a couple even, and then even a China qualifier. So, again, the ZOTAC Cup, $100,000 prize pool on the line for the LAN event that's going to be coming up. Definitely an event that should look out for as well. Clearly going to have some solid teams already. Cloud9 going to be one of those. But, again, guys, thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time. Until then, have a good night, guys. Congrats, Cloud9.